Izzy Taylor riding Barrington Boy, take one. So Barrington Boy is owned by Johnny Hornby, who's a fantastic owner of mine, huge supporter. And I started riding Barry, or BB as we call him, last year as a 6-year-old, beginning of the season. So we've had him nearly 2 years now. He went to Cornbury last year, was the 6-year-old national champion. So see if he can replicate that this year and be the 7-year-old national champion. He's been phenomenal, really barely put a foot wrong. He has come out this year and pretty much won everything he's done. He's won some intermediates, he's done a 2-star long where he was second, he's done a couple of 3-star shorts. He's actually having a bit of an easy time now because he's had a busy spring. So Cornbury will be his next run. And then hopefully on to Le Lion. He's got a huge presence, so when he's ridden, he's a beautiful horse to look at. You can't really tell how big he is under saddle, but he has got this look at me factor on the flat, and he's incredibly trainable. And then he loves his job. He loves to jump. He's very, very brave cross country, which is kind of surprising from where he's come from mentally, being a little scaredy horse. And he's a lovely show jumper. He's very careful. And obviously, you know, being such a big horse, and I'm not huge, he has to be very receptive. He's beautifully balanced, so makes my job easy. And he really is a joy to have around. At Cornbury itself, you know, the horses, if they've done the 6-year-old, they've tend to have seen a bit of life, because Cornbury is quite an eyeful for a young horse, especially if they haven't been there as a 6-year-old. There's a lot to see, and so going from 6 to 7, you know, he's done a lot for a 7-year-old. He's seen a lot of life. He's done a couple of 3-star shorts, like I said. So the experience of Cornbury itself won't be a massive change for him. He's had the exposure, but for some of the 7-year-olds who've come through a different path, suddenly there's a huge amount to look at. You know, all the flags, the beautiful dressage arenas in front of the house, they'll never have seen that. The different terrain of the show jumping, especially, you know, some horses at that age won't have show jumped after cross country, which is a whole new task for them, coming out the next day, probably a little bit tired. And the cross country, it's a really lovely 3-star track, but again, it's undulating and there's things for them to learn out there. I think having Cornbury is a huge bonus for us British riders. I mean, all the riders can come because it exposes the horses to seeing different things, to the dressage and show jumping atmosphere, getting to show jump after cross country, and it's fantastic not only for the horses. You know, if we want one to go to Le Lion for the World Championships, it's a hugely helpful stepping stone, but also from the owner's point of view. Cornbury does such a fantastic job at helping or looking after the owners and making them feel special, which isn't always that easy for us as riders. Sometimes we, you know, quite often don't have the time. At different venues have different attributes. Cornbury really excels with that, and it's, you know, we really appreciate it as riders, especially for young horses, which, you know, with the Olympics in the future, there are people wanting to buy young horses. So if we can really look after our horses and owners, it really helps us do our job. He's a lovely horse. I really do think he's got everything you need in a potential 5-star and championship horse with him, actually, which is quite unusual because they're two very different things nowadays. However, I'd love to keep him, but reality is that we as event riders don't, you know, earn huge amounts of money. And if someone were to want to buy him, then all of them are for sale. You know, Johnny, like I said, Johnny Hornby's a fantastic owner and supporter of mine, and he's spoken openly about supporting me and wanting to get me and his horses to, or a horse to LA. But equally, he's a businessman, I'm a businessman, and it's real life. We've all got to get on with it. Who will we have at Cornbury? We will obviously have Barrington Boy doing the 7-year-olds. We will hopefully have Barrington Candy Kid doing the 5-year-olds, who's a lovely big chestnut, also owned by Johnny. I've got my ex-racehorse, Bayonart, doing the exciting racehorse class, which will be interesting and good fun. And a couple of the older horses will run in the 3-star because it's such a great venue and the ground will be good, and they need that before they have their autumn campaign with the 3 days. Really looking forward to going to Cornbury this year. It'd be great to bring home a championship, national championship title, or maybe even 2. And the racehorse class. I mean, let's get greedy.